Was the dark of the moon on the 6th of June in a Kenworth pulling logs. Cab over Pete with a...
Was the dark of the moon on the 6th of June in a Kenworth pulling logs. Cab over Pete with a reefer on and a Jimmy hauling hogs. We is heading for bear on I-10, about a mile out of Shaky Town. I says, Pigpen, this here's the rubber duck, and I'm about to put the hammer down. I'll bet that most of you know this famous first verse from an old song that has got a new life. I'm here at the Broken Wheel Truck Stop, and I want to compare the movie Convoy from 1978 to the original song Convoy from 1975 by C.W. McCall. Was the dark of the moon on the 6th of June? If it's the dark of the moon, then why is it daylight in the opening scene? In a Kenworth pulling logs. Wait a minute. If it's a Kenworth pulling logs, why did they use a Bulldog Mack with a can on the back for Rubber Duck's truck? Cab over Pete with a reefer on. Again, I'm totally lost on this one, since Spider Mike was driving an old Diamond T with a moving van. And a Jimmy hauling hogs. Well, they got close on this one. It was a Mack cruise liner hauling hogs. We is heading for bear on I-10, about a mile out of Shaky Town. Jeez. Shaky Town? That would be Los Angeles. So, what are we doing in the dunes of White Sands, New Mexico? Come to think of it, I've driven I-10 out of Shaky Town, and it sure ain't a 2-lane highway. I says, Pigpen, this here's the rubber duck, and I'm about to put the hammer down. Well, what do you know? They got those CB handles right. The movie producers now, so far, are batting 3 out of 11. And we just got through the first verse. Gee. I'm Logan, the 64th Gear Jammer Skeele, and I talk about diecast replicas, the trucking industry, and so much more. Today, I've got the latest DCP by First Gear release of the Rubber Ducks truck from the movie Convoy, not from the multi-platinum song Convoy by C.W. McCall. And I'll talk about the model a little later on, so stay tuned. But first, let us compare the original song with the saltier version that the producers had C.W. McCall write and sing for the theme song of the movie. The song starts out with some staticky sounds, like over a CB radio, of chatter between two truckers. In the original, it's between the Rubber Duck and Pigpen. In the movie version, it's between the Rubber Duck and Love Machine. Of course, soon after in the movie, Love Machine gets renamed Pigpen because of the hogs he's a-hauling, much to his chagrin. In both versions, they're heading east, but starting from different places, with different destinations. In the original, they're heading out of LA, heading to Flagtown, or more appropriately known as Flagstaff, Arizona. The movie starts out in Arizona, heading to Taco Town, which most old truckers knew as Albuquerque, New Mexico. The first verse starts out by stating the time of day and the date, which are midnight on the 6th of June in the original song. But they are at high noon on the 7th of June in the movie version. The change is probably due to being easier to film during the day than during the night. Well, the waitress just brought me some fresh peach cobbler. Boy, it smells good. The perfect way to end a wonderful chicken dinner here at the truck stop. Such great food. You can't go wrong. Anyway, back to my story. Then it starts going over the vehicles in the song. The original has a Kenworth pulling logs, a cab over Pete with a reefer on, and a Jimmy hauling hogs. 3 really great trucks that would have made stars in the movie. But the producers changed to a Bulldog Mack with a can on the back and a Jaguar. No mention of the other starring trucks like Pigpen's Mack Cruise Liner and Spider Mike's Diamond T with a moving van trailer. These changes in trucks had a lot to do with Mack sponsoring the movie, so the producers were using trucks provided by Mack. The Cruise Liner was a great choice to replace the Jimmy, but a Western R model really wasn't a good replacement for the Kenworth. It's just a shame that the movie was filmed while the Superliner was still in the prototype stage, because the Superliner would have been an awesome movie star. And the Superliner was released to the public before the movie was released, which made for a problem in the marketing department of Mack Trucks. Mack wanted the movie to promote their top-of-the-line truck. But by the time the movie came out, the Western R model was pushed down the line by the brand new Superliner. Even some of the advertising for the movie was altered to have the Superliner instead, to sort of salvage the marketing campaign. Truly, Mack should have just coughed up the money to reshoot the scenes that were filmed prior to the Superliner's release and go forward with the Superliner as Rubber Duck's truck. Back to the songs. The chorus is the same in both songs, and then the original song continues with the second verse. But the movie song takes a hiatus for quite a while before another verse picks up during a truck scene. What's funny is both the album and the recorded songs have 4 verses. However, the movie itself has different verses than the version released on the soundtrack album. Verse 2, played during the movie, has different lyrics than the one on the soundtrack album release and at the end credits of the movie. Also, the last chorus played during the movie credits is different than on the soundtrack version. Interesting that they would change the song so much from the original to the movie. Man, they did a lot of work. Then they changed it again for during the movie, then changed it once more for the end credits, and finally change it one last time for the soundtrack. If I haven't lost count, that makes 4 different versions of the famous C.W. McCall classic song Convoy. Y'all keeping up with this? Because it's about all I can take for this video. But I'm sure that there'll be another video coming on Convoy, so be sure to subscribe so that you don't miss it. And let's head on down to the rock quarry and talk about the Rubber Ducks Mack Western R model. And here we go, guys. This is the 45th anniversary release of the Convoy truck. Comes in special Convoy packaging. It is a limited edition, and all of the Convoy trucks have gone up pretty fast, so you want to snag this one up. It is the first gear R model Mack with a sleeper, and it comes with the first gear petroleum tanker. This particular release is for the 45th anniversary of the original song. It came out back in 1976. It was a #1 multi-platinum chart-topping single. Underneath, you can see it is 60-1125 RD Trucking Convoy, the Rubber Duck. The ends of the box have some nice information talking about the model. Instead of the standard box, this one has a really fancy box. On the back of the box, it has a picture of the original 45 single, C.W. McCall's Convoy. It has more information about it. And then it has the opening lines to the song, C.W. McCall's signature, a picture of him, and then it has C.W. McCall is the name of William D. Fries Jr. One other note, it comes with this nice little certificate inside. It talks about it, first gear, and what it is. Really, really nice pieces to really set off the collection. And here it is, out of the package. Isn't that sharp? Black Mack with that silver trailer. It's not quite the right trailer, but they don't have the right tooling, so it's as close as they can get. Now let's go on and start off with the trailer. This is the first gear tooling. And if you'll notice, those tires and wheels look a little bit smaller than we're used to. But those are actually true 64 scale. DCPs are a little bit too big. The front and rear fenders here are painted in silver. And they have mud flaps behind them that are black. Very plain Jane trailer. Doesn't have very much in it because the original didn't have anything on it. You will notice here it has danger, volatile chemicals. That was the tampo on his trailer. The only thing on his trailer in the book. They added the C.W. McCall signature and convoy here. Then they put the 41st anniversary 1967 #1 multi-platinum chart-topping single graphics there to denote this is the anniversary edition. Each release they made has been slightly different. Like the first ones didn't even have the right bumper on the front. They just had standard Mack bumper. Up top you have your hatches to fuel your tanks, and then your walkways are painted in black. Underneath, very simple, they took and didn't put any of the drains because his trailer didn't have any of those drains. It just had an outlet in the back. Landing gear is not screw down type on this trailer. It does not screw down. It'd be nice if it did, but it doesn't. It has kingpin for first gear, DCP, Advantage Diecast, and Neo scale models type trucks. Soft rubber tires with a drive tread pattern on them, air brake canisters, no working suspension. Round on the back of this guy, it has danger, volatile chemicals. It has the piping here for the vents. Then it has a no smoking tampo. Brake lights are tampoed there, and then it has chevron patterned rear bumper so people could see it, black mud flaps, and then the ladder to climb up top. Also, your 3 roof clearance lights are right up there, tampoed in red. Around on the passenger side, pretty much the same as the other one. The tampos are the same, the logos, the danger, but it has these 2 tubes here which hold tubes. There's also a center turn marker light right there. Really, this trailer is a nice trailer. I kind of like it better than DCP's fuel trailer, but it's not the right trailer for this truck out of the movie. It'd be nice if they had tooled up the right trailer. Front, just plain silver. Very simple, but it is a nice trailer. Now let's go on to the part that actually is correct from the movie. And this is probably the most correct release they have come up with yet. It has the RD Trucking Inc., Albuquerque, Missouri, tampoed on the door. His ICC and other numbers tampoed there. It also has a truck number 260 tampoed on the back of the sleeper. The wheels are 10-hole. Look like 10-hole modern wheels, but they're so not quite the right wheel, but it's close enough, and they're painted in black. It has soft rubber tires on them with a nice vintage tread pattern this time, as you can see when I tip it up. Chrome quarter fenders, chrome mirrors, and chrome muffler. That's major chrome pieces. It also has a chrome bulldog, chrome air intake, and chrome stack. Now note, it doesn't have a stack on this side because in the movie he had only the one stack. Interior is nice tan with a black steering wheel, and it has a chrome gear shift on the floor. Doors don't open, but it has an open window here. The wind wing is there though, and that's hard plastic. It has some clearance lights right there, tampoed in orange. The vent door is silver, and the toolbox door is tampoed in silver, as is the door handle, key lock, and the little grab bar. The fuel tank is here with a diamond plate step.
When we look up, there's a little black diamond plate step here so that he could hook up his airlines, and then it has its airlines and brake lines hooked up right there on a black pogo stick. Onto the back here, you see the Mack branded mud flaps. Also, it's got brake lights that are tampoed in red and one backup light tampoed in white. Fifth wheel here, it'll accommodate DCP first gear trailers. Up on top, you can see the airfoil here and then the two chrome air horns. Roof lights are molded into the cab. They got silver here tampoed on the back and then yellow on the front for amber lenses. Now we'll pull him up close. Look at that. There's the Bulldog on the hood. Unfortunately, Rubber Duck had a rubber duck hood ornament. It'd be nice if first gear would have made the right hood ornament. Mack is tampoed there. Turn signals are mounted on the fenders and they are individual jewel style amber pieces. Round onto the passenger side. Looks very much like the driver's, only this side, look, chrome straight stack. It's also a little piece of silver across here. Mirror is chrome, and then here, black air intake. No, the air intake was chrome plated, then they put some black on it to make it look like it is painted black with the chrome band and the chrome intake part. Battery box and steps there. It's also got a little air tank hanging there for the front. We got the right bumper finally, and look, they put all the license plates on it just like it's supposed to have. Individual jewel style headlights mounted into the front fenders. Now this bumper, the front bumper, it folds down, then just like that, and then the hood opens. Now note, because it's a Mack R model, the hood grill stays there and just the opening goes around. Mack was big on that. Under the hood, you can see a detailed Mack 6-cylinder inline 6 diesel engine. Now let's go on and hook him up. And that is the Mack R model for RD Trucking Inc. of Albuquerque, New Mexico, pulling a chemical tanker. Well, it's a petroleum tanker set up for chemicals for C.W. McCall's Convoy, the 45th anniversary release of the rubber duck truck from the movie Convoy. It's not the truck from the song, it's the truck from the movie. I'd grab one of these fast because they all go up quick.
How about that model, huh? Let me know down in the comments what your thoughts are on this one. Good, bad, indifferent? I want to know. So good. While extremely limited supplies last, get one of Rubber Duck's truck models with the link down below. You'll find it down there in the description. As first gear made so few of them, this one is going to skyrocket really fast, just like the other releases they already made. Don't delay in getting your hands on one of these for your collection. Thanks for watching. Please go on and smash that like button, share this video, and subscribe to my channel. I'm Logan, the 64th Gear Jammer Skeele, and I'll be back soon with some new content and another episode of Toy Talk. There's no reason to have the meal. Just come and get dessert. This is just the best. See you guys later.